Good evening, and welcome to the BSC News live stream with Outer Ring. We've had a bit of a Game 5 Friday, which has been fantastic. And to top it off, Outer Ring. And from Outer Ring, we have David with us. So welcome, David. Thank you very, very much for being with us. Would you just be able to introduce yourself and also perhaps the team as well?
Of course. First of all, it's really appreciated to be here and kind of get another space in which I can talk about Outer Ring, because I'm all about Outer Ring, not because just I'm work with them, because I was a fan before I started to work with them. So yeah. I'm David. I'm the community manager on Outer Ring. I'm part of the core team in Outer Ring, so I do a lot of other things, not just the community. You maybe just gonna see me like pop up on the Twitter too and on the Telegram, or just doing things internally, because the core team now, we're really doing a lot of things at the same time because we have so much going on. But that's about it. I'm just a humble kind of little bit content creator too before I was with Outer Ring, and I'm all about the hype. And nice. I want to just talk about Outer Ring with you all, guys.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. I mean, what caught my eye with Outer Ring? I think it was one of your community or something commented on a BSC news post. Just basically check it out. So I went to your website, downloaded it, and it's cool. I'm a big fan of sci-fi games. Destiny, I play a lot, and I got sort of Destiny vibes from it, and it's really, really good fun. And one thing as well, so I've been in your community for a little while now, a couple of weeks. Been there for all the updates and things. Obviously, you've made some sort of, to an extent, changes in your future plans that have had mixed reactions. But these things happen in gaming development projects. Would you just be able to explain to us what these changes are, and also why that the team decided to take them?
I mean, we knew that this was going to be a difficult decision, and we will have, as you said, mixed opinions about that. But we had to do it, and that's because we went. I mean, Outer Ring was a hobby project that Nexus Lab, that is the matrix of like the mother company that started this. They made it because they're like gamers like you and me and all the people that is behind the screen seeing this, and they just said, okay, let's do a game in our Batman times, because why not? They started like 3 years ago doing this with 1 million more or less budget from their own budget, because they were third-party devs for other Web3 projects. I mean, our CEO and CTO are super OG persons on blockchain. They've been from the beginning here. They know a lot about Web3 and stuff. So they were just doing Ghost Dev for other projects. And then as they were developing Outer Ring, the summer of NFTs came, and they said, okay, no, it's kind of makes sense if we just get this game and make it all tokenized. And then Outer Ring, as a Web3 game, was born. They decided that they wanted to do like a full tokenized game in which all the non-fungible assets will be NFTs. So gear like swords and armors and vehicles and ships and lands and buildings and the things you want to put on your buildings, and all that is going to be NFTs. And then all the resources the users and the players will need to create and to craft those assets will be cryptocurrencies, will be ERC20s. So that's the main idea, or one of the main ideas of Outer Ring. So they went with this. They had a lot of code, and I mean a lot of the game developed already. So they started to show this to the investors and that kind of stuff, and it blew up. I mean, we have like 70 companies investing. We oversubscribed like a ton, and I mean, this is not joke. I mean, we started. I mean, we did this as a hybrid project, so we sold equity and we sold tokens also. So the thing is that we went full legal in Spain. We are all Spanish, by the way. I mean,
Oh,
it's all Spain. Yeah, it's all Spain team here. So yeah, we were doing the private sale, and people were already sending us money without even like signing the contract. We didn't know what money was from, and we have to like to to put it again to the origin address that we get it, and we decided we have to even to change the tokenomics once, because we needed to allow more tokens to allocate on the private sale, because we didn't have enough in our first design. So that made that we get like 15 million euros in private sale and seed investment. So this changed like our point of view a lot. I entered the team in December last year, so we make the IDO, sorry, and all that kind of stuff. The price sale goes, and we get that change of point of view, and say, okay, we have to do this seriously. I mean, seriously, we have to do it like a big thing. And so we said, okay, first of all, the game has to be secure, because now we're just talking about people assets and people money, so it has to be it can't have any kind of hole or backdoor or whatever. So we asked for a full code audit, like off-chain code and on-chain code. So full code audit. And you can't ask for one of these if you don't have like a proper MVP, even like kind of mature product already, because it's you can just ask for a full code audit with a concept app only. So we were like there, and all the companies that we talked with, they told us that for a full MMORPG code audit, we will need like 6 to 8 months to just to audit all the code and all the dynamics and all the implications the code have with blockchain and even the offline code itself. So that made us that we couldn't go live with the game next month. That was like our first idea, to be on July of this year, to get the first version of the game out and be ready to play. But we couldn't. So what we thought then is like, right, then let's use this time to make something even better, to make our goals even bigger, and to use this time to make like a super dope game that we can just compete with any kind of game. So we decided to delay the launch of the game for a year. So it's not going to be July this year, but July next year. But it's not like we're going to just delay it and just eat. We're doing a lot of things. As I told you guys, we went for a 10 people, 1 million budget thing, to a 15 million 50-person company that is going to be 100 at the end of the year. And we already bought 2 game studios. We're structuring all the company while we're doing the game. Outer Ring is not going to be just a game, but an ecosystem in which our token is going to be used for other games that these 2 studios are going to release. And we're just thinking about getting games from Steam that have a lot of competition, and they're not that successful because they have a lot of competition, but that good games, and we just bring it to the Web3 side with our tokens, so they can be in our ecosystem. So we're doing a hell lot of things. You can check those all on our new roadmap and the video where we released the things we're gonna do till the next year. And we're starting with the loot boxes that we're just releasing this month. They have all kind of things inside, different tiers, like vehicles and weapons and that kind of thing. But what I have to say about this is that we won't make Outer Ring a pay-to-win game. I mean, we're just selling this tier box because we want to jumpstart the economy. I mean, we want to make a player-driven economy, so all the people will have to just craft whatever they want to use on the game, from tier 1 to higher tiers. There's none anything, it's done. I mean, it exists, but the player has to go and gather all the resources, level up a player that can actually craft those higher level items, get all the resources, get the recipe for doing all of that. So what we are thinking is, that all our items should reflect the time and effort that the player put on those items, and let the players decide where the economy is going to go. Because since our game is not just gonna it's not gonna be based on classes and that kind of stuff. It's gonna have you're gonna have like skill points in which you have to share between different skills, and the skills are gonna be like driving, like aiming with the weapons, like gathering, that kind of stuff is that what is gonna be the skills. So you're gonna have persons or players that are gonna be super good at gathering things, but not that good at fighting. But then again, you will have to go to dangerous place to get the better materials, and dangerous place mean maybe full loot, full PvP. So you're gonna need someone that defends you since you are gathering, and vice versa. So that the kinds of synergies we want to look for in the game, and some other more that just maybe born in the game, like I don't know, like space pirates or mercenaries, or maybe the best cargos getting materials from one planet to the other. So that kind of synergies is what we want to kind of steer up on the game, that and other ones that it's just gonna born. And what is Tom is showing you guys here is that since we have now more resources and more time, what we decided is that we're going to rework all the art on our game, because until now we were using like Cinti assets, like just they are like the default things you can buy on the Unreal Engine store. And we decided that that was not enough. I mean, it was enough for a 1 million budget game that we can just go and show an MVP and go first to market with that, because it get like a pretty good product maturity. But then now we can go ahead, and so we're reworking all of these. And the rework is not just thinking about the races, but it's based on a novel that our CEO actually wrote, and it's the prologue of the story that happens on Outer Ring. So
fantastic.
we're going to release the novel this summer, and we're thinking about ways of doing it just as a physical book, but then again as an NFT that maybe we can drop to the holders of our token or something like that, so people can just actually know the story, get that why all the races are on the Outer Ring, why there are 3 factions and 5 races. All that kind of stuff is going to be explained in the prologue novel. So we're working on a lot of things, and I just keep talking, but
no, it's very interesting. And a few things that I'd like to mention. I fully understand that you had this initial roadmap, and basically the project got a lot more interest perhaps than you initially anticipated. You had a lot more funds available, so you upped your game, and that's very understandable, to then essentially build a better game than the people were expecting. And also I'm glad that you brought up the assets as well from Cinti Store. So I mean, I'm not sure a lot of people know that if you're making a game, and if you're on to an extent a restricted budget, you're going to have to use bought 3D assets. Otherwise, it's going to take you decades to make. So I mean, there's been some comments on Twitter and stuff about the assets, but now that you've got this bigger budget, it's great that you're actually sort of making your own and stuff. But I think reusing assets, it's to actually launch a game with any time frame, if you're a limited team, limited budget, to an extent it's a necessity. And should we just watch this video just so we can give an overview to people? Great. Okay, it is cool video, by the way. Hold on, I'll just check that. Great. So here we go. Sorry, from the start.
here you have the 5 races rework. You can see that in that image, and yeah, there they are. You have the in the center, you have the scavengers, then you have, well, in fact we don't have here the oracles, that the ones that is like a sludge in a tank of water, and but then you have here on the left you have 2 bands, then you have a mech on the right, and then a human on the further right. So these are the 5 races that are going to be in the game. You can check already some of the story of each race on our website. Is in English and is in Spanish. If there is people that is talking, Spanish speaking people, at last, a project that is in Spanish, and you don't need English to actually understand it. So yeah. But the thing is, the Cinti assets weren't enough to kind of put all the characteristics of the races as we were thinking of them. So, of course, this it's not that we're going to rework all the assets on the game, but we're going to the key ones, like ships and all the armors and weapons, so there are in the same context as the races. So for example, I don't know, the bands actually are a race that just love war. They adore a black hole that they think they are their god. So that they're kind of stealthy race and that kind of stuff. So all the weapons and armor should be within the context of that race, and the same with the humans, with the oracles, with the mechs and that kind of stuff, like any other MMORPG that we know, World of Warcraft, I don't know, the Lost Ark and that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're trying to do like a really mature and actually traditional game, but with Web3 things here. But the game is, if you enter there, that's one of our tech demos, because guys, you can just go to our website and try the tech demo. The tech demo are single player. They don't have, of course, like token functionalities and that kind of stuff, but you can see what we're up to with this, what kind of integrations we can do, what kind of brands already are integrated in our metaverse, because authoring is not just gonna be a game. It's going to be like one of the several parts of the metaverse, if I must say, and we're making like a big effort into try to bring Web2 brands into our game. And we're just making efforts in the way that we are just saying, okay, so you are blah blah blah, so let's think about how you can just use our platform to to get like to make business, to use it as an extension of your business, to get to all the public that is going to be playing that kind of stuff. So we made already partnerships with ACB teams, like basketball professional players in Spain, like the NBA, but the Spanish one, the ACB. Probably people know it. With the Baskonia, we made with Esports people, with sports teams like Team Heretics and Team Queso, and we have people in that regard. We're gonna have like pro esports people that knows how to do a competitive game, helping us design all the arenas, all the challenge we will do about PvPs and that kind of stuff. We're backed by super cool people, and all of the 70 or more companies that are already backing us. When we said that we were going to delay the game to a year, none of them said anything to us. They all keep backing us because they understand this, that sometimes business have to adapt to the situations they are in front of. And in this way, the situation we got is pretty cool one. I mean, we have more funds, we can do a lot of things, and I have to say that we don't depend, since we went hybrid, like equity and token. We are not like other games that depend on the price of the token to have liquidity and to have funds to keep doing things.
Yeah,
we don't. I mean, we have our cash got by equity, or of course we have a variable in token that it's variable, but we can keep building like for 5 or 6 years, and even if it's bear market or bull market, and we're gonna keep building because we love what we're doing. See, we didn't have like claps and stuff.
Yeah, no, I think
Yeah,
this is cool.
yeah,
I think but before this stream, when I was playing around, this is my go-to place. I'll just
and
just relaxing in here.
talking about this, I mean, we already made a partnership with the biggest disco in Colombia. I don't remember the name, but the thing is, we're gonna have the mirror disco inside Outer Ring, and it's gonna we have like auditoriums in which we can do live concerts and all that kind of stuff. So Outer Ring is not just gonna be like MMORPG and that's it. We will have a lot of experience even with physical brands. So like, for example, all you can just think about your favorite fast food brand, whatever you want to think about. So let's imagine that you just you're in Outer Ring and you say, okay, hey guys, let's just go and do this instance, let's play and kill that boss and or whatever. So you go to the fast food store inside Outer Ring and you buy your crappy meal, whatever, and then you have 2 vials, and then you consume one inside the game, and you get like 20% HP rise like for 20 minutes. You go there, you kill the boss, you finish the instance and say, okay, right, now I'm hungry, like in real life hungry, right? Then you have the other vial, you can claim it, consume it, burn it on the game, and if the delivery gets to your home, you will get your crappy meal, but in the real life. And
that's cool.
Yeah, and that's something that we're already close partnership with some brands that I can tell the name because since they're NDAs and that kind of stuff, I can say all, but we're working into actually doing this with a lot of brands, with physical projects, and not only with physical like brands. I mean, we're going knock in each project that we see interesting, like Web3 projects, to actually integrate those assets in our game, because we want to be called like an aggregator of projects, because it's like naive to think that one platform is going to get like 24/7 attention for every user. So what we're doing here is say, okay, let's just unite and be like a real metaverse in which we can use assets in all the platforms you are wanting to play. So we're going knock door in each project and saying, okay, how do you use NFTs? How do you implement them? So we can actually also implement them on our game. But that's because we think that, now that we started doing games from an actual standard, the ERC 721, in fact, people is starting to do islands because all the platforms implement some custom things on the NFTs that makes impossible to actually integrate them on your game. So that's a shame, and we're trying to actually be an aggregator of projects in which maybe you have like a project like vehicles, like a vehicles Web3 project. Maybe you can use the vehicles on our game. So we're doing that effort too, and now we have the power and the funds to actually focus people in this kind of stuff also. Or in the storytelling, we just created the storytelling department, so we can actually expand the lore of the game, not only to the prologue, but we will have, I don't know, it's a lot of things that will be, I can, what I can say is that we're going to try to do things that last in time. So you see things now that maybe the game is not yet released, but you will start to see things about the lore, about how the Discord is created, how the roles that, or maybe they're starting to appear some new users on the Discord that start to tell stories and that kind of stuff, and maybe there are NPCs in the end on the game that actually maybe they are there for telling you the tutorials or that kind of stuff. So we're going to start to do that kind of things too, because now we have a storytelling department.
Yeah, I think
So
that's really cool.
yeah, and
You're sort of blurring the lines between Web3 and real life.
yeah, that's what
It,
we want to do.
yeah,
Like, yeah, that's Web 2 to Web 3. That's, we have to blur this, because that's
yeah.
what metaverse is all around. So all about. So that's what we want to do. And
No,
you know, last thing, and I will just let you talk for a bit. It's that you know, we're because maybe there are people here that it's asking, right? So in which chain is this working? I mean, maybe we are in BSC news, so maybe we are in BSC. Yes, we are in BSC, but we are in a whole lot of others, because we are agnostic from, I mean, a chain agnostic. That, what does this means is that the user is going to be the one that decides in which chain they want to mint their NFTs. So when you play, you're just gonna be playing, and when you actually want to extract the assets from the game to our marketplace or whatever you want to use them, you actually want you're gonna get like a drop down, and you will decide if you want it to be on BSC, or if you want to be on Polygon, on Avalanche, on Ethereum, or whatever, because we are EVM compatible, and we're working also in to make all those bridges to making this a reality. So because you know, games as an island, we don't want it. We want to be able to get NFTs from a lot of whole projects and that kind of stuff. So yeah.
That's good. And what I was wondering as well, there's a few sort of or games in development, and to an extent released games as well, that are on the blockchain, and they're quite big. So, for example, there's one called Big Time. There's another one called Blankos Block Party, and the way that they manage assets and NFTs and things, they essentially hold your assets within their account. So you'll have to deposit your NFTs or any assets into their centralized system, and it's a very centralized way of having a blockchain compatible, a blockchain focused game. Do you know sort of what the process is going to be like with Outer Ring? Are users going to be in full control of their NFTs and assets, or is it going to be a little bit you lock your NFT in this contract to play? Do you know sort of what it's going to be like yet?
Yeah. So things we have to understand is that, first of all, as we said it, we wanted to make people actually play like in a transparent way. So if you come from the traditional games, in Outer Ring, you will actually just create a mail and password account, and you will start to play, because our characters, like you know, the characters are not NFTs per se; they are NFT containers. So when you start to like drop things and get resources, that kind of stuff, that's one going to be NFTs, but not until the user actually mints them on our marketplace or whatever. If not, they're gonna be in-game assets. But we have a lot of oracles actually reading what is happening on the game, so people can actually, you know, mint them, even if by some reason, you know, the game itself gets obliterated and disappears. The oracles will have, you know, those things already learned, so you will able to mint all your stuff that you had on the player. But why we do this? First of all, because we're agnostic on chain. So this makes us really difficult, well, a challenge to manage assets from a lot of different chains. And what we found is that what we have to do is to actually burn the NFT when you enter the game. If, for example, you just go and you want to start playing with some NFTs already, so you will go to the marketplace, buy them on whatever chain you are comfortable with, and then when you start to play to actually use it inside the game, you will burn the NFTs. Why is this? Because, you know, if you stake it, for example, the things are, one, I mean, the problems here is that, you know, inside the game, you should be able to actually sell them also, and that kind of stuff. So you can actually stake them because they are blocked. And maybe if you use it as a NFTs, the experience about being inside the game, and maybe you get dropped like a crappy weapon that you want to sell to the NPC on your nearer city, like actually paying a fee for that crappy sell is not like the best thing to do. So what we decided is that, all right, if you are playing, you burn your NFTs. There are inside of your player. Of course, the oracles constantly keeps account of what is happening, so you don't lose anything. And when you want to actually kind of use it as NFTs to try to sell or buy it on the marketplace, or do whatever you want with your NFTs, you can just extract them from the game and mint them, and then just you go and do it. So we're not saying that we're decentralized or something like that. I mean, we don't lie. I mean, that's that's the way we work, and that's the only way we could think about. If you can just if anyone can think another way of managing like all EVM compatible NFTs in one place without having this kind of contradictions, we're just super cool to hear you out. But that's the way we thought about it, and that's why we're what's going to be.
I think, to make it easy to onboard people or into blockchain gaming that aren't already sort of familiar with MetaMask and DeFi, you do need to an extent have it quite centralized, or like a typical sort of Steam game to an extent. So I think it's to an extent the way forward, because that's sort of what a lot of people are used to. So yeah, it's completely understandable. One question that I was going to ask as well. Was
just saying, like reading the I feel embarrassment for Axie is gonna be huge, and that kind of stuff. I mean, we respect a lot for Axie Infinity, because they're the spear of all the gaming and that kind of stuff. But that actually remembered me about graphics and 3D and that kind of stuff. So another thing that we're doing now that we have time is that we're actually migrating all the assets for from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5. And that's awesome, because we're going to be able to use the nanite and the light effects without even having like ray tracing on NVIDIA or something like that. But we're gonna keep with the low poly aesthetic. And why is that? That's because we want to reach to the most public we can. So we know that not anyone has like a high spec PC to play games. I mean, like Star Atlas, like that's that. And then what happens when another like new graphical motor comes out? Normally the AAA graphics looks like crap compared to the new motor graphics. So low poly doesn't have that problem. I mean, it runs on a toast, and it's cool to see. It's going to to growth well, because even if you see this like in 5 years, it's going to be cool. And that's why we decided to do it. And see, like wait, see that? I mean, in the TV, like that's
whoa.
Now yeah, I mean, that's another thing that we're doing, and that's the clubs, they will actually have live streaming sports, and we're actually talking with the streaming platforms of sports to do that kind of thing. So you will just enter the bar and see the match with your friends, that kind of things.
That's cool. It's really good quality as well. Wow. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Wow. Yes,
so
I'm so used to.
Yeah, that's why we use the tech demos. Of course, this is like a loop and that kind of stuff, but so you see what we're able to do with all of these.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's cool. And how much like this tech demo is the final release going to be? I mean, will the final release be have little bits from this?
No.
Will it be
this all? I mean, what you are seeing, like what you are seeing there, it's all going to be inside the final thing. I mean,
nice.
Maybe some changes and stuff, but this is Red Silver City. This is the first the first city. So
I
maybe
like
you
it.
have like some more streets, or it's bigger or that, but this is like the base that we're actually using it. It's not like two different things. Like, we're not releasing a tech demo and it's different from the beta, like the intern beta we have or whatever. No, this is actually parts of the actual game.
Good. Well, I'm glad, that, because I wouldn't want the dancing club to disappear. Yeah.
It will not, and we will have KYC parts. Like, you will enter in some places that we will ask you to KYC, because
Yeah.
there are 18 plus, or if so, yeah.
Nice.
I mean, we're like, if we what happens if we have a casino there, and we will have
True.
a casino there. I mean, we won't deny like teenagers to play this, but also we can just let them go to the casino and and dump all their savings there. So yeah, we will have places in which we'll you have like a barrier or whatever, or maybe a security person there that won't let you go until you KYC.
Oh, that's completely understandable. One person asked as well. I think they mean, will there be any seasons?
Yeah,
for example, like
yeah. I mean, we're thinking all about esports, because all the people that we're doing Outer Ring, we are gamers. We are all, well, maybe nerds, and we have a lot of inspiration from other games like Diablo, like all these kind of games, like World of Warcraft, like Ultima Online, that all that kind of stuff. So and that's why we started to talk with esports team, and that's why Team Heretics, like one of the bigger Europe team sports team, and Team Queso, they all wanted to work with us. And what we're doing with them is not only just having their headquarters inside Outer Ring also, and they will have, of course, a clan, well, a guild inside Outer Ring, but they are helping us as advisors to kindly to create, to design the PvP things of the game. So we will have like a real good PvP seasons, and that kind of like arenas and like 3v3 or whatever we think about. And that's still on the thing desk, but we're doing it, and we want like Outer Ring to be a competitive play also, like a competitive game also. And the thing is, I mean, competitive is not only gonna be because we create them, but maybe people start doing races with the vehicles and see who gets first to another planet. That's possible on Outer Ring too. So that
I think
happens.
that's really cool. Yeah, really, really good fun. So, for example, at the moment, I can look up at some other planets like there.
Yeah, but haven't you just got into your spaceship and go to the space yet?
No, I didn't even know there was.
Dude.
What?
Dude.
How do I do that?
I mean, in one, I'm just go to one of the rooftops. I mean, you just go to. There is when in the where you went into the club when you see the match, the rugby match.
Oh yeah.
There you have like an elevator in which you can just go to the rooftop of one of the buildings and get to your spaceship and just go to the space and kill things. And another thing, if you just and what's that's the thing, we don't want like zones, like loading screens and that kind of stuff. It's just gonna be like all the way, and that it's like continuous space. There you in this, it's a little bit play pause on the stream, but you have like maybe it's in the left of the bar, the like from probably no that's the monorail.
Oh, sorry.
No, but then go left, it's somewhat there, maybe, and then maybe it's in another terraces that is in this same level. But just keep exploring. But you can just go to your spaceship, and in fact you can just go to your spaceship. You can go to a dungeon in this tech demo, to another planet. You can actually go to a mothership and explore the mothership. Of course, we will have, by the way, we will have vehicles that are not one person drive enabled. I mean, you will need like more than one people to actually being able to drive one of those. Yeah, and for example, if you see like just on your back, you have, well, that's the museum in which we will put like NFTs, and you can just actually buy them from here. That's another thing that we're doing it. And on your back, you will probably see the building of Dex Tools. More of you, so
I did.
there
it is.
Dex Tools is one of our biggest investors, if not the biggest. And the cool thing that we're doing with them is that it's not enabled in this tech demo, but you will actually gonna be able to use Dex Tools from inside one of the things. I mean, of the like of the computers inside here. You just say like some web page and that kind of stuff, but you actually gonna get to one of these devices and use your account on Dex Tools because it's your wallet, the same that you are playing, and you will just trade or see what your tokens price are or whatever you do, and you already do with Dex Tools, you will able to do it inside the game.
I think that's cool. It's like a metaverse. It's what people think a metaverse should be. This is planning to be it.
Yeah,
which is cool.
And we're making so many things like recently we have some companies with how do you say, like synaptic vests.
Okay.
They contacted us to make this VR with synaptic things, so actually you can play this like on first person VR with the synaptic things they're doing. So we're doing a lot of stuff, but we can't say all of the things we're doing because we are the ones that you died, so or not. So we want to we only announce like things that we have like super really closed, like they're going to happen, yes or yes. So we're not going to just say, okay, we're talking with this or talking with I'm saying it now, okay, but this is like a special thing or whatever. But like officially we're just not gonna over promise. We're just that's the saying, no? You just over deliver and under promise. That's some glitches are gonna happen, of course.
That's cool. No, I completely understand. I'm surprised there's not been like loads more glitches. No, I think that's good, and you seem to be very open and transparent with the community, which is fantastic. And you're more than willing to talk about everything, which is really refreshing to hear. Because a lot of projects, wouldn't want to address, why they've delayed or, they've used some assets, which is absolutely fine. And I think your transparency is exemplary.
Thank you very much. We're trying to actually be better on that apart, like every day, because it's time that games or Web3 projects treat their users as investors and as an adult. So we just talk with you. I mean, for example, we just got, I don't know, maybe some of the guys that are seeing this know Kamanu 88, like Manu Godoy. That's one. I mean, well, the thing is, he made a tweet with a hand like this when we delayed the year. Well, we just went knock knock, and actually today we had a meeting with him, and we would say, okay, like what did you not like? I mean, did you get all the info? And I was just explaining like this everything, and he said, okay, just I was wrong. I mean, that's it. We're just that. I mean, of course we can just go one by one, every one of you explaining everything to you guys, but we're trying to just be clear and be transparent. And there are gonna things that we're not gonna change, but that doesn't mean that we have to hide them. I mean, we're just
Yeah.
gonna do this, and we're going to explain what we are gonna doing. Maybe you don't like it, maybe you do, but that's it. I mean, we're not hiding anything.
I think that's great. It's refreshing. As I said, I think we've explored. Sorry, what's this town called again that you said earlier, or this city?
Silver is Red Silver City is the name
Okay.
of the
Red Silver
first
City.
and the name of the planet of the first planet is Fanaf. Is the one. I mean, we have a deep lore. I mean, really,
Yeah.
like we're thinking about it. It's not like just making a game and like it's just sci-fi or whatever. No, we're just thinking about what the conflicts are and why people like why scavengers look like that. And for example, like one anecdote is like scavengers, like the big tough guys that you saw earlier.
Yeah.
They're actually kind of in the blink of extinction because the bands and other races actually hunt them because their liquids, like their fluids, were thought to be like used as a medicine. So they and they're treated like shit because they're not. It's just, they like any other product. You just kill them and get the fluids, and that's it. So then you have the oracles that they are like a superior race that went overboard with that's typical, but that's like the protos. They were overboard with the technology and knowledge and that kind of stuff, and they got burned by their own knowledge. And they're like, but they're cool because they're like a sludge that is on a water tank because they can't survive any other way. So they are like they use those exoskeletons to actually do things, and it's gonna evolve whenever instead of having weapons or armors, the things that they're gonna evolve is the parts of their exoskeleton. While it's the same as the mechs. The mechs will have different parts and that kind of stuff. And talking about like for example gear and weapons and that kind of stuff, we actually with the loot boxes, that's probably try to go to the last higher floor. Maybe with that elevator you can do it. I mean, maybe there's, so you just go and put the arrow up, maybe next floor, or you have to close the door first, maybe.
Okay, close door. Yeah, I'm not sure
with the E key.
I'm doing E. Yeah, I think what's happened and what happened last time as well, because I'm clicking on this and then I have to click outside of the game all the time. It eventually, it's something to do with my computer that my mouse and keyboard sort of stop working, stop attaching themselves to the game. So I'm gonna have to. I mean, but I saw the landing pad up there.
That's what you have to reach, and you can just put it, go into the spaceship and actually go. And if you, I think it's with the letter V, you can actually you can change your skins, so you can see some other skins, and you can just do it that continuously, different skins randomly generated. So maybe you have another races. See, that's a van, and see what how it's going to change from the rework. So it's going to be awesome. I mean, dude, it's going to be awesome. I mean, the vans are so cool. I don't know now what race I'm going to be now. I mean, I was sure I'm going to be a oracle, but now I don't know because vans are so cool. I mean, like they're so slithery and that kind of stuff. But oracles are also cool. But what I'm saying is that with the weapons and armors, we got a little bit of fun, and we separated each weapon in actually 7 or 10 parts. So we have like 20 million possible combinations of weapons. So you're gonna have probably a one-of-one like weapon when you open one of the loot box. I mean, it's going to be like a rare weapon or legendary or common or whatever, of the tier is that, but it's like aesthetically, it's going to be one-on-one. And yeah, I mean, we're doing a lot of things, and
No, that's good. Yeah, I think yeah we've obviously seen a lot of this map. It's really cool. And for anyone wondering as well, to download it, if you just go to Outer Ring MMO.com, scroll down a bit. Yeah, the tech demo is there. And Outer Ring MMO.com. All their socials and stuff are there as well. And that sort of brings us on to the next. Well, what I'd just like to quickly cover as well. You mentioned loot boxes, so I'm
yep.
sure some people watching this stream, a lot of people watching the stream probably already invested as well. But yeah, what do loot boxes do, and what perhaps if people want to jump on board and get on, in early with
Yeah.
Outer Ring, what do they do?
So first of all, let's maybe we should just raffle a couple of them with these guys. Maybe we can just after this we can just put a little tweet about it and raffle
Oh,
about or on you all, so you can just get one of the 2 tier 4 box that we're going to raffle here. But
perfect.
the boxes here, what we, as I told you guys at the first part of the video or the streaming, is that we want just to make people first of all start to get used to the altering ecosystem and start to actually have fun with the NFTs of altering, but also we want to actually jumpstart the economy. So they're gonna be loot boxes from all the tiers possible, even from tier 6 and 5 and 6 that are the higher ones. In fact, they will have like the higher ones will have like motherships, or even the clan stone. That's the NFT that's gonna enable you to be actually create a clan or a guild inside altering. So we will have all, and they have several things like some tokens, some material tokens, some weapons, some armors, some ships, and that kind of stuff. And what we want to do is just start experiencing with them, because we were going to release the marketplace and the crafting system. Because for the guys that don't know, we have our own decks, and in our own decks you can just farm and stake GQ, our token, and you actually farm instead of like LPs tokens that doesn't have any sense. You actually farm materials, so you can farm like, I don't know, like gas and
Cool.
iron and copper and that kind
Mm.
of stuff, and all of those you're gonna be able to use it, of course, inside the game. But we're going to release the craft system, so you can just actually start using those assets to craft things because the tiers also will have recipes that you can actually use to craft things.
Nice
But
one. Yeah, that's good. Yep. Sorry,
yeah,
carry
and
on.
the thing is, they're gonna the whitelist, the mint date for the whitelisted people is on this month, the June 22nd, and then the public sale is gonna be on the 29th of this month. So there are gonna be a lot of several like raffles on Twitter from several people. This going to be one of them, not only with the loot boxes. Maybe we can just also do some whitelists. But
Yeah.
the thing is, we're getting out of them already. It's because we like said like, okay, let's do this number of whitelists, and we're just starting to get out of them. So yeah, but the loot boxes are guaranteed. We're just gonna raffle them here, but there are gonna be another content creators, even from our own account. We're gonna raffle some whitelisted. Of course, there are some people that were from the beginning in our Discord and that kind of stuff that get the early explorer role, and they are guaranteed a whitelist. And what's about this whitelist? Yeah, the thing is, you will get to mint one tier box of your choice in tier from the base price, with a 60% discount on BUSD. So 60% discount on the loot boxes. And then on the public sale, in fact, you can actually buy the loot boxes with 50% discount if you paid with SC keys. And what are SC keys? there are the spare space cursor keys, and that's another thing that you can farm when you stake the GQs, our token GQ Galactic Quadrant on our decks. You get space cursor keys, and if you use those space cursor keys, you can actually buy the loot boxes for half the price. So maybe you can like buy it on BUSD, or maybe you can just go and buy some GQ, farm some SC keys, and then open them or buy them from 50% discount the price. But what we want is to jumpstart the economy, to get people to start to know and see the NFTs inside Outer Ring. But then when that's the only loot boxes that there are gonna be on Outer Ring, because we don't want to be like a pay to win game. So player-driven economy, you guys are the ones that are gonna decide and craft and create all the things. So it's this time. I mean, it is gonna be the first and probably the last time that you're gonna be able to actually buy items from us, because we're not gonna sell them again. So
yeah,
there you go.
Understandable. And how would you like to do the raffle as well? So I mean, what we could do, so on, I mean, people could either retweet and follow your account, or there's on the BSC News account, they could retweet the BSC News Friday Night Live Outer Ring stream. So how would you like them to sort of enter the raffle? What do you think they should have to do?
What I just will suggest is that maybe we just retweet this live stream, but then follow Outer Ring, and not because we want followers, because then you're gonna be on point with all the updates we do, because there are gonna be more things to come these days, so you want to follow us. So maybe retweet this live stream and then follow Outer Ring, so we can just raffle the loot boxes.
Cool. I'm just gonna get. And will you just be able to tell me your Twitter handle quickly, just so I can put it on the bottom scrolly thing?
Okay.
Hold on a sec. Outer Ring MMO. Cool.
I'm just gonna adjust my camera a bit.
Great. Fantastic. Good. So retweet live stream and follow Outer Ring MMO and BSC News. Yeah, so that's there, and we could instead of doing it right now, right here. People have a little bit of time. To do it.
Yeah, of course.
So people that aren't awake or something are more than welcome to still.
We can just let keep the retweet and that going from like 24 or 48 hours, and then we will decide with maybe we just do a video with that kind of random retweet. Those kinds of things.
Yeah, no, I understand what you mean. I understand completely. Yeah, no, that's good. But yeah, I think from what you said about the game and the way that you've explained it and your transparency has been really, really exemplary. And you've been very welcoming to a lot of the community questions that I think a lot of other projects would just shy away from. And your explanations from them are very understandable as well. So, I mean, if the community do have concerns and things, I think, you've answered a lot of questions in your Discord. Obviously, you've got that 40 question thing. That I assume they're more than welcome just to join your community and ask. But also, I think this stream has asked and answered quite a lot of questions as well. But yeah, it's been really cool. And I do look the final thing. I really look forward to it. Obviously, I want it to come really soon, like I'm sure all of the community does. But good things take time.
Me too. I mean, I want just to play. I mean, I started as a fan with Outer Ring. I mean, so yeah, I just want to play so much. But now that I see the things that are happening inside, is that just we want to get the best thing we can do for you guys. I mean, it's not like, I mean, it's also because we want to do as professionals, we want to do the best thing we can, but it's because we want to do a really cool game that actually people can want to play, not because of the tokens and NFTs and that kind of stuff, just like a cool game to play. I mean,
Yeah.
I can say that, you know, we're gonna surpass World of Warcraft. No, I just can't say that. But we would try to do like a cool game that people want to play.
No, that's good. Yeah, well, that's a good thing to aim for, because I'd say maybe even like 95% of blockchain games at the moment, you know, I'll just rather play Destiny. You know, yeah, but yeah, yours, and there's a handful of others as well. Yeah, they have the potential and also are fun to play. And I'm looking forward to that, so I can actually enjoy playing games on the blockchain. But honestly, David, thank you very, very much for your time. It's been really, really interesting, and it'd be good to perhaps catch up, you know, when you've got a couple more updates and things, and we can go through some bits and bobs
Awesome.
again.
A
Then,
pleasure to come. Yeah.
Thank you. And before we sort of tie things up and end the stream and stuff, is there anything else you want to bring up at all? Anything before we go?
Just want to reassure guys that we are here to build, that we don't need we don't mind the price of the token, and we're going to build this to the end. I mean, even if it's bear market or bull market, we're going to keep building. So, you know, come along, ride your ship, come to the altering, and you know, let's keep the good vibes going on.
Epic. Good. Well, thank you once again, David. It's been magnificent. Yeah, we'll keep obviously this little private chat Telegram thing we got open. And feel free to. Well, yeah, honestly, it's been great. Thank you very much, David. Have a great night. Viewers and stuff, thank you very much as well.
See you guys.
Speak soon,
See you
everyone.
guys.
Bye bye.